What's happening? I'm doing a mic check real quick just for some audio. Let's make sure. Always got to switch the mics because it tries to go through the camera. Mic check. Good to go. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Always want to make sure I got it set up pretty good. Anyways, it's been a while, guys. I miss y'all. I've been a while. Ain't seen you guys in a couple of weeks. We've been busy. Been traveling and shit. What's up, Matt Wright? What's up, Jimmer Willie? Mustang guy, Ched. Good to see a lot of my members here in the chat already. That's that green name with that icon. Appreciate you guys. Let some people get into the chat and then we'll get started. So what do we have going on today? So basically this, I did want to do a live stream. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I did want to do a live stream about some safety shit next week because we found some stuff. If you follow us on Facebook, well, I think I even posted it here in my members chat. We found some stuff on the white car right here that could definitely be an issue of concern, at least because my car is more of like a street strip race car. I mean, it's not fast, but it's fast enough. And I still got a lot of go fast parts on it that need to be checked every once in a while. And we found some shit this past weekend that, I didn't even see it coming, and I'm glad I caught it because I knew they were kind of getting wore out a little bit in the rear axle area. But I think next week, that's what we're going to do. I know we got a lot to talk about today, but that was something I wasn't prepared to talk about yet today. So I like to prepare a little bit in advance when I do a live chat, maybe to, give somebody, maybe something will come from it for somebody, that might need that information. But you've been muffler shot. Y'all see that shit? I told you I wasn't playing. Anyways, so what do you got on the docket today? We'll be on for about an hour and a half. It's kind of funny how, like, you lose an hour of sleep and it's just like all of a sudden you're tired all day. It was crazy. It was like I felt like weird all day. I'm like setting up for my live chat here, and it was like 7:30, like 7:15, and the shit was still light out. I'm like, what? But anyways, we got to talk about. We're gonna do a 387 stroker update today. What's up, Carlos? What's up, Ron Priest? Mark Locklear. Good to see everybody in chat. I did want to make a before I get started, and I don't have any video. The shitty part about StreamYard is I can't actually show like pictures. I got to put them in like a video form. But I did want to say that I was at a fundraiser today, and a friend of mine who I don't really know how to say it. He got caught with cancer. Okay, and it's not good. And I mentioned him before here on the channel, but I know he avidly watches our live streams and follows everything we do on Facebook and everything we do here on YouTube. So, he had a fundraiser today. We kind of showed up unannounced. Not that you need to announce for something like that, but you just, sort of a surprise that we did. And I just wanted you guys to know that, he's one of our members and one of our channel subscribers here on the channel, so we really hope that, you get better, Bill. And it's Bill Cummins. It's a good friend of ours for the family. We love y'all. It's going to be an uphill climb from here and for the rest of his life. So I did want to say, I appreciate you. And, it's a tough guy right there. Tough son of a bitch right there. Keep fighting, bro. We're all, I want you guys to, maybe you know, if you can relate to the situation, he's a good friend of the family and a good friend. So appreciate you, Bill. Sending prayers, brother. Anyways, moving on. Like I had mentioned earlier, we found some safety shit going on in the white car. If you guys notice, my bumper's missing on my white car. I went all the way to Florida and back with a half bent ass spindle on a trailer, made 11 passes in Florida NMRA, didn't break shit till I got home. I guess, you know, I've always checked my load in the trailer when we're traveling, and one of the extra slicks, because I brought my extra wheels and slicks with me, shifted into the bumper and just broke it up pretty good. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Also found out Ignite Red doesn't like to fire on our motors at 25 degrees. So ended up washing our motor out pretty good. But nonetheless, we got that fixed out too. So yeah, I do appreciate you guys. You know, if you would keep Bill Cummins in your prayers. And yeah. So we did. What are we going to start? We started with the 387, but we'll go ahead and skip that for now. I'm going to kind of save that for a little bit. We're going to talk about Florida. So I haven't been online on streaming because we've been traveling a lot. We were actually going to surprise my buddy Hanlon and go to Delaware this past weekend, but it got canceled. So the where it looks like they're going to reschedule is there's just no way I could make that one for sure. So we did, you know, Florida was 16 hours. We did do a video about it. It was a pretty cool video. I got a new intro from it. I'm not really sure why it took us down through Cincinnati and through Kentucky and Tennessee. Otherwise, I probably could have met up with our boy Lamar Richardson and dropped his motor off. But I didn't realize that it was taking me that way till I was an hour into my trip, and it was already like Thursday morning at like 5 a.m. So, you know, loading a motor that, you know, we were already behind. And then on the way back, it makes us go 77. So Watts, the guy I raced with the Yellow Cobra, said that there was something about flooding going on somewhere on the East Coast a couple weeks ago. I'm not really sure what that's all about, but make sure you guys check out the check out that video if you guys get an opportunity to do that. I'll bring that down a little bit. I think that light's kind of messing with it a little bit, but we definitely have a lot going on behind us. We'll talk about that, like I said, here in a little bit. But yeah, we went. We got to Florida. We got an Airbnb where we spent most of the weekend. We didn't really spend any time at the Airbnb. Shit, all we did was, you know, shit, shower, and shave, and sleep for a few hours, and we're back at the track. So we didn't enjoy any of that. I did make some pretty killer coffee that my man Skylar and Danny Watts liked. They enjoyed pretty good. You know, he's probably listening right now, working on his shit. I don't know. But yeah, we ended up doing pretty well at the NMRA event. I'll show you a little bit. I mean, let me get to it. Now, I need to mind you, the guy that I raced in this video was I think his last name is Luan. I don't know. He's fast as hell. So so here we actually turn the boost up, and we're going to talk about, I guess we'll talk about Florida in like the 363 and how Holly and the reaction or whatever. But, you know, we ended up turning it up a little bit here, got into about, I don't even know how many pounds. I didn't even data log this run like an idiot, but we did end up hitting the scramble button. And I want to, you know, this is Garrett Leach's, footage. So I appreciate Garrett for sharing that with us here. But we did end up going 892 at 157, which is about 4 mile an hour more than I've ever been with that car. And it seemed to like every bit of boost. And, you know, Tony Politano, you know, he'd been telling me, just turn the shit up. So I think that's what we're going to start doing. I think that motor can handle whatever I want to throw at it, even with the little turbo. I don't know. But we ended up having a really good time down in Florida. I can't imagine Skylar all jacked up on coffee, bro. Yeah, he was. They put it in like the ice stuff. Like they took my coffee and they just stuffed it, stuffed it in like an ice, made like an iced coffee out of it. They loved it. It was a pretty good time. Congrats on the 8s. I appreciate that, Jimmer. Prayers for Bill. Appreciate that, KP. But yeah, we're just trying to catch up here on the channel tonight, guys. You know, we're going to talk. I'm going to try to talk a little, a little bit about what happened the last couple of weeks. And I know you guys seen, if you've been following the channel, we got 3 videos we put out last week. I'm just trying to catch up. You know what I mean? I went about a week in between a couple sets of videos where we were just getting ready for Florida. Nothing was going on with the channel. It's just, I'm a one-man band here. I do work with Cousin Paul and Cousin Fred a little bit, but editing does take some time, especially if you kind of want to put something out that's decent, content wise, and, trying to work, take care of my family, and, do all that stuff all at once, with editing and stuff, it gets pretty brutal. Any car footage of racing in Florida? So yeah, I just showed the 892 pass. I didn't get a whole lot of anybody else, like as far as, because I mean, obviously we're racing, but we did get quite a bit of footage. I mean, we did do the video, so it's about what was important. NMRA is just, I mean, I'm just hoping that, we can go heads up. Like the way NMRA, the rules work right now, I basically, if you would have told me 2 years ago that I was going to NMRA again, I would have told you you're nuts. I wasn't interested in the format or anything for the longest time. And I'm not really a bracket racer type of guy. And the way the stick shift stuff works right now is it's a stagger start based on your True Street dial-in. So like you would run 3 back-to-back passes. I ended up testing, time trialing with, Alex Martinez, who had probably one of, if not the fastest stick shift car on the property at the time. And I ended up racing with Chris Welch, real super nice guy. You would have never thought this car looked so sleeper. You would have never thought this car was a 7-second car. And I'm not saying that to degrade his car at all. Not at all. It's just he keeps it clean. He makes it nice. It's a full car. It's not stripped out. It's a convertible, so you don't really expect convertibles to bust off the trailer at 790 passes. But for the weekend, it was nice weather. It was good racing, and stick shift shootout has your 3 averages for your dial-ins, and it carries over to your to the shootout. So if you make the shootout the top 8 or whatever, it is what it is. But really hoping, they're doing a ring thing where they, there's only NMRA has only 3 stick shift shootouts. One's in Florida, one's in Norwalk here close to us at one of our home tracks, and the last one's in Kentucky Bowling Green, which you guys know, Dan Watts won that last year. So hopefully in Norwalk we'll change up the format a little bit. We can go a little heads up. I'd really like to see some heads up in Ohio. There's a lot of really fast stick shift cars that could pass tech up here in Ohio, and I really think that would be a banger. I think that would probably be the fastest stick shift shootout field that we've ever had, without a doubt, especially if it goes even an instant green 8th mile. It would be crazy. So if you guys got any tech questions about the shit we do on our channels, just go ahead and fire it off in chat. If you're there in chat, if you got a GT40 question, stock bottom end question, if you got 351 question, I'm always watching the chat. So, I will answer your question best I can. If I happen to miss it, then I'm sorry, but what's up, Bama 50? How is the progress on your situation that you had, buddy? Record, edit, record, re-record stuff I missed, edit, thumbnail, edit. Yes, 100%. Broken Tool's got a little bit of garage. Broken Tool Garage got him a little bit of a YouTube channel if you guys want to check him out. I think his name, it's Norris, right? I could say that. He does some Mopar stuff, some old truck stuff. I actually seen one. I was going to send a picture to you. I was going to put it up in members chat. I've seen an old Power Ram. I did a Junkyard video today, guys, just so you know. And wasn't the same Junkyard, but yeah. Well, yeah. Wasn't the same style. We did go through the Chevy section. Went a little junkyard digging today. Anyone ever run or know if you can run a full Explorer front engine dress? Definitely. Okay, so one thing I did want to mention, and we're always learning shit here on the channel, and I'm always preaching tech stuff that may be boring to some people, but I'm always still learning too. Apparently, And I know you, this goes to you specifically, Carlos, because I know you junkyard dig like I do. I guess the cam sensor that comes out of the 5.0 right there, that's actually something that you should probably keep handy, at least keep a couple of those, because you could possibly sell some of them. Reason being, if people, where I'm at right now with some of my HOLLEY shit is I'm talking about going coil over or coil on plug, which is 8 coils on my valve cover. And they basically told me, and from my research, just go get an old Explorer cam sensor, which is where the distributor's at. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's, make sure you get the pigtail too. So I don't know. Maybe that might be useful for you, but I know that the 351 one would be this. I would imagine it would be the same. No, it wouldn't. That's weird. Because it would be a different cam sensor, but the 351 rollers, 94 to 97, use the distributor, like a TFI style. Just got a set of GT40P heads from the Junkyard for $80. That's what I'm talking about. I just seen the, yeah, okay. How's that HOLLEY working out for you? Absolutely amazing. Yeah, and we're going to talk a little bit about that as well. I was wondering what the equivalent of OEM headers on the H. Okay, so I was wondering what is the equivalent of OEM headers on the HO. My stock headers have a hole in it causing a leak. There really is an equivalent. Matter of fact, I think the stock headers are like 1.5 inches, aren't they? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. At this point, you probably just want to step up to 1 5/8 inches. If you want to keep it like resto mod, like, you know, resto stuff, you just got to find a set that's in good shape. I mean, you could high heat paint those, put a couple new exhaust studs on it, and be fine. So yeah, eBay headers aren't terrible. A lot cheaper than my damn BBKs, as you see right here. We're chopping the shit out of everything. It's getting better, a little quicker. Thank you for asking. Yeah, man. I know that there was some pretty serious, situation with your at home. What did the garage fell? Is that right? Sporting my AV boys. Y'all see that? I think you go to Miss Mav shop or something like that. You can go get. I don't know if you guys follow AV Boys and Miss Midnight Maverick over on the YouTubes, but they got some new keychains out too. It's my dude, stick shift legend. Shouldn't be drinking coffee this late, but I don't give a damn. Anyways, moving on. So Florida Racing, like I said, 16-hour trip to Florida. About a 12-hour trip home. Florida weather was great. The Florida people were amazing. We stopped in Macon, Georgia, and stayed the night at a Hilton Garden Inn, which was really weird because it was on campus of a college. So it was like I went to a Division I FCS school, and to see another one like that, to see another Division I FCS school, they're not that common, was really cool. I thought that was neat. Anyways, Florida, we left Thursday, we stayed the night Thursday night. Friday morning, we're only a couple hours from the track. We were supposed to be able to test and tune all day Friday. I mean, it ended up raining so bad. Like there was like a foot of water around our booth. It was crazy. Saturday, they just crammed it all in, but big shout to the staff at the NMRA. They did what they can do. And it was a really good event. It wasn't terribly, terribly pushed, but we did get shit done. 12 hours from Ohio to Florida, you were getting it. So it was like more 14, but by the time I figured out we were going the route we were supposed to go, it was only 12. So we ended up staying the night, Sunday night. Where did we stay? Because we raced all day Sunday. I forget where did we stay? I think we stayed at another Hilton Garden Inn or something. I got all these stupid Hilton points. So like half of that stuff is free from all the years of swap meeting that I've done. Because we used to swap meet 2 or 3 times a year. and we would always go to the same damn hotel. So like I accrued all these points for these hotels, and they're like, you know, you can get like 10 free hotel nights. And I'm like, hell yeah. I'm not paying $300 a night or $200 a night. I'm gonna stay at a nice hotel for free $99. I didn't realize that. It was cool. I mean, I made an account with Hilton years ago when we used to swap meet, which we still do, but we used to carry a bunch of shit to swap meets. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I really kind of hope, you know, swap meets make a return. You know, little sidebar talk about it. I really do hope they make another return, because some of my, you know, I still talk to some of my friends that still swap meet today. So like Carlisle is supposed to be a pretty good one. I would like to make that if I'm gonna try to fit that in this year, because apparently that's a really big event. And, you know, we always go to support our one in Columbus, which is actually, that's coming up here in the next month or so. So we'll probably make a little video on it, see what the hell's going on down there. So what's up, Thomas? Yeah, we went 75 all the way down. For us here in Northeast Ohio, it's actually more, it's way more, it's about 3 hours less to Florida, at least to Gainesville, not to Bradenton. Well, it doesn't matter. It's the same, you know, you just add the distance, the difference. But if we go 90 to 271 to 77, and 77 takes us literally to Georgia. I think we get on 95 or something like that. I don't remember. I think 90, somewhere down there. So that's the trip that I was supposed to make, but ended up going all the way around. But yeah, it was a great weekend. I had a lot of fun. Got to hang out with, you know, a lot of good, you know, I ended up getting a special, you know, we had a visit from Tony and Tess, who came in to see us in Tremec, and say hello at the racetrack. And they were on their way to Jake's race. I don't think that's what it's called. They're the one in Southern Georgia. So that's where they were headed. So it was really nice to be able to hang out with our friends a little bit. You know, got to hang out with a lot of the stick shift guys that from Florida. You know, Florida showed out, man. There was some really fast shit there. You know, Alex Martinez, you know, Kyle Miller, Jeff Smith. Yeah, I mean, Skylar Hardy, me, Dan Watts. There was a lot of really fast cars there, and just to name a few. And I hope to see in Norwalk, I really kind of hope to see a lot more, you know, even more stick. I like to see Ohio represent. You know what I mean? That would be really, really big for me. Just win, lose, or draw. It's not about that. It's just, you know, just about the stick shift. You know, racing is, you know, a niche class. So it's not like it's just a small tire class where there's, you know, a bunch of different combos. But, you know, trying to make it great. Anyway, how high do you dare to rev the 387? It doesn't need to go past 65. 387's got big block mains, so, or the 351s have big block mains, so they make them, you know, a monster amount of torque. And, you know, push rod motors are just known for that. You won't see, I mean, you don't normally see a Coyote make, like, you could take a push rod, stick shift push rod, and a stick shift Coyote and just flip their numbers. Like, you know, my car makes 800, 950 wheel, which is 100 horsepower torque. And then like on a Coyote motor, it's kind of like vice versa, where it'll make, you know, like 950 horsepower, but like 850 torque or 800 torque or something like that. So that's what I've noticed. I mean, that's a trend with that. You know, push rods are real torquey. You know what I mean? So, anyways, they don't really need about 4,200, 4,500 is when 351 start really, really making load. I'm planning on going to Columbus this year. Cool. Anyways, what else we got? The 387. So we ended up changing the oil in the 387, and we ended up doing a header modification, which we just did that video this past weekend, which was really cool. We ended up chopping, you know, I ended up having Dave, and I know some of you guys may or may not watch that, so I'll just bring it up. If I can find it. We're pretty hard in the black car getting that. So you can see we've already taken this part off. This turbo, obviously you see it behind me. But we're going to make this, like I said, I want to make this like a header, a car that has different mufflers that we can kind of mess around with and get different sounds. And you can see, if you didn't watch the video yet, you can see what Dave over at Dave Dalk's Racing Engine did with our header. He extended it out about 18 inches there. We'll probably end up taking the ball socket back out, but you know, I'm wondering how much that's going to be worth. Cause I mean, we had it literally sitting where you see the video. I was open header like that. That's crazy. So that's not very efficient. And it still made like 390, 388 or something like that. So I'm wondering how much that's going to be worth. Gabe, I appreciate that. 8-second pass. Hell yeah. Hopefully we get up, we go a little bit higher than that. But that's what the video we brought out yesterday night with the header collect. You know, I had some of these videos like half, 3/4 the way shot by the time I got home from Florida, but I didn't get a chance. You know, we were so busy getting ready for Florida that and just with the shop and such, I didn't have a chance to do some videos. So my apologies. But anyways, the 387, we changed the oil in it. We ended up changing the plug wires. We went with some live wires from Anderson Ford Motorsport. Obviously we've done quite a bit. We went like mod for mod. And to be honest with you, it's just like one mod got better when the other one was replaced. So it's kind of hard to kind of put a label on how much power one mod was worth, because when we put the 90 pipe in that matched the throttle body, that matched the intake, you know, that airflow with that naturally aspirated, once you break that airflow and naturally aspirated, it doesn't recover like forced induction does. You know, it doesn't, you know, you just lose that power. And the same thing works with the exhaust. Apparently, you know, I've done quite a bit of research I didn't even know about, really. I mean, the scavenging at the bottom of a long tube header is like very important. You know, if it's not choked up, it needs the pulses kind of pull the exhaust out of the pipe. Does that make sense? I watched a couple things about it, and it's like, damn, I knew there was something about scavenging with long tube headers and tuned and making sure that they're correct. And, you know, it kind of goes to show when I showed my Bassanis, you know, when I was looking at Bassani headers, it's just like, that's something they obviously focused on when they built those heads, because those are all like custom or whatever. But do you run exhaust because you drive on the road? Do you run exhaust because you drive on the road with the car? What do you mean? Yes. So the black car is we used to race the black car quite a bit here on the channel or whatever, but my black car's unfortunately getting to an age where it's time to put it away and just kind of maybe slow it down. If I was to, when you cage a car, it's not really a good idea to cut it back out, because the car will actually kind of settle around that cage. Does that make sense? And it'll strengthen, the car will literally strengthen to the cage, because that's the core support of the car. And I've put a cage in here for years ago. I didn't put I put a roll bar, but it's got removable doors, and you don't want to be just cutting stuff out. Like, I want to make the car, I don't need to be erasing the shit out of all my cars on the channel. I would like to do something a little bit different. So that's what we decided to do. We already had a fuel system. We had a high compression Junkyard budget Stroker 351 that we built, right? So I'm like, well, I'll just do like muffler videos, and we'll still race it, but it'll be like maybe an 11-second car. We might get into the 10s. I don't know. Doubt it. I mean, it's a heavy car, but may even try to boost it one day. I don't know, but it's not going to be anytime soon. We're going to definitely do this video with that's what I got going on behind me. We're going to just stick to the white car and then get the coupe running. I mean, I just so caught on the idea. Like, I got a 408 that's getting finished up in the next few weeks. That's going to be fresh intake to pan, right? But I also got this Coyote motor sitting over here that, like, I really want to just put it in the coupe, you know, mock up a couple turbos and just send the damn thing. I mean, I kind of want to learn that motor. I really do. I'm a push rod guy for life, but put a couple small turbos on a Junkyard Gen 1 Coyote, how fast can we go with it? How long will it last? I don't know. That's definitely some content that I think people would be interested to hear on the channel. I mean, we did that shit with the 351. You know what I mean? So anyways, as far as leaving horsepower on the table, that's what we were basically talking about with the headers. I think there was horsepower left on the table on both of my cars, and moving back to naturally aspirated with the black car, I think is going to be, it's a 400 wheel car all day. My dyno just doesn't like it right now. But what do you guys think about doing a tech live stream next week? Do another safety one, and then I can even bring up the shit that we found in the black car this past couple weeks, or this, what was it, Thursday? Like it's some, let's talk about that for a second. Let's talk about the age of your car. I mean, there's shit going on in your car right now. I'm telling you, I had to replace a wire that I couldn't even. I had no idea it was bad. There's just no way. Like, there's just no way. Like, we were just probing. We checked the continuity in the one wire, and it was dead. And I went through all that jazz to get that fuel pump to start priming again, and crazy. So I think that's what we're going to do next week. We're going to talk about fires. We're going to talk about fire hazards again. I think we're going to bust out the whiteboard. We're going to get to work. So as far as the 363, I get this question all the time, actually. Like, what do I think about the Holley? To be honest with you guys, that Holley's going to get me in trouble. I'm going to be honest with you. Because I'm over here changing timing shit. I'm changing tables. I'm setting up advanced safety tables. I got a scramble set up, but I can do a ramp scramble. So that's another advanced table. This thing won't get me in trouble. But to be honest with you, I think it's going to be probably something that was long overdue. Now, we tried to get into the eights with an A9L just to say we did it. But for who? Myself? I mean, who really cares, right? I mean, it's a big deal, but why? I was wasting a lot of time, and I could have been, some of those stick shift races that I lost last year, I possibly could have won, because a handful of them were by a fender, half a car. They could have got out in front of them and stayed out in front of them. You know what I mean? So there's some stuff that, we were in the heat of the season. I probably should have just changed it. But changing over in the middle of the season with a race the following week, trying to shake down a system that takes time to learn, probably wasn't the best idea. I was poking around online today looking for wire diagrams. I want to go over the whole car, to be honest. EVTMs. I know that, I want to say that, MF Customs, Dan over at MF Customs helped me out tremendously that night. We ended up kind of finding the wire together because we looked at the EVTMs and I'm like, there's just got to be one wire that's a culprit because everything else is working and it's 100%. We busted out the continuity on one and there it was. So, veryuseful.com, and I even mentioned it in my video, is T-Moss's. If you guys know who T-Moss is from 20, 30 years ago, he's still around on Facebook. Super knowledgeable guy for Fox bodies. Got a really good site for wiring diagrams and specifically for Fox body Mustang in 88 to 91, 92, 93, whatever. Also has some GT40 stuff on there. Also has just a lot of really good old info that I like to revisit here on the channel all the time. So even some porting shit. Do Explorer brackets work with Fox body? Or would I have to change timing cover? You have to change it all. So if you go to a junkyard and you find a GT40 motor, it's best, folks, just to pull the whole damn thing. Like, I know you can, if you have the ability to pay the yard to do it. That's a pain in the ass a little bit to do it yourself. I get that. But if you get the opportunity to at least get the top end, then that's good. But the motors actually are a decent motor. It's got hyper eutectic aluminum pistons. It's an HO motor with you know, F1 rods, whatever. I mean, it's not much different. I mean, it doesn't have forged pistons in it, but you know, hyper aluminum is better than cast. So most 302s were cast. And anyway, so if you get a GT40 motor, you don't even necessarily have to take the intake off or the heads, but you do have to strip the front and the front of the motor apart as far as like the timing chain. You just, if you have a Fox body 302 sitting on the stand on the other one, you can just hot swap everything over. You know what I mean? Valve covers and all, and it'd be just like it just was from the factory like that. So it'd be pretty cool. I made it. Made it to the lot. Oh, been a few weeks. Hell yeah. What's up, Dan Robinson? Good to see you, brother. My Summit Tech. Can't wait to see what you do with the Coyote. Trial and error is the best way. So, like I said, with how well the white car is running right now with the Holley, you know, the coupe is ready. I was going to come home. If I put that whole setup in my coupe right now, the car goes faster because it's considerably lighter by 400 or 500 pounds. It's got a better cage and you know, a weight bias is better from front to rear. The car just goes fast. It goes fast. If we went 890s with that thing, the car goes 850s off trailer, 860, 870s with the same tune. Lighter car too, so it's not as much tear. So, what up, Jesse Costa? Good to see you, brother. Stick shift shit with stick shift friends. What's going on, brother? I just got a 90 HO block back from the machinist, ready to build it for my 84 GT350. Nice. Is it the original? I appreciate that, Bama. Appreciate that. So you've been knocking on the 890 door, haven't you, Jesse? What's up, Heat? 2SR? Was GT350 was, oh yeah, it was a 2.3 turbo. Duh. Now, I don't want you guys to think that, you know, we started a season with NMRA and that's what we're going to be racing with bracket shit. No, that's not what we're doing right now. Like I said, we were supposed to no prep race this. I'm kind of glad we didn't. I'm kind of glad Delaware did cancel because I have a Heim joint that's broken. Now imagine what would have happened me trucking down the track at 130. The Heim joint came loose. So those Heim joints have seen better times. So we're going to be doing a video on what happened with the white car when we got it home. I mean, I think that's just wear and tear. It's some shit that needed to be changed a while ago. But it's kind of funny how everything's broken when you get home. I got the struggle buses. You know, Dan Watts is wearing off on me. My shit's getting broken. He's like, oh, come on. Nah, man. Big shout to my man Dan, man. Big shout to my man Dan Watts. Drove to Florida untested, bro. I mean, he did the same thing in Kentucky. He did end up breaking some shit in Kentucky. He just did a video. I think he did. I think he just did a video yesterday. His last pass against Mike Niehaus that won the event. Like, I think he brought it home and it was he like chewed up his rear gear in his 8.8. So, man, the struggle bus was real with him. But you know, big shout to him. I mean, it was that dude. You know, he's a friend of mine and he's local. He's got the yellow Cobra. You know, you've seen him here on the channel. You know, he didn't sleep, man. He had a crankshaft in his hand a week before he was racing the car. So you can imagine how much work was involved to get it running, get it right, and getting it there. So 917s at 156. The mile an hour is there. That's right. What's up, man? Gears, good to see you, my man. I ain't seen you in a while. One of the longest members of the channel. If you guys want to check out that join button below, we do some content in the members chat. It's the join button on all my whatever. That's what the green names and the icons are for. Appreciate you, man. Gear. I did send an email out for a shirt. Did you see that? All the 5.0 cars I've seen are torn up. Torque boxes, seat hold down. Yeah, it's not, Fox bodies are getting old, man. Just like I just said. I talked in this last video I did on Thursday with that wire. This shit's just getting old. And if you're going to restore a Fox body, I don't care what kind of frame it's got underneath of it. We used to laugh, and I talk about this on live quite a bit. We used to laugh at, not laugh, but when somebody said, this is an old four-cylinder car converted to 5.0, we used to be like, man, I ain't buying that shit. Now it kind of jokes on us because the 4-cylinders didn't have near enough torque and power to do anything to that car. Whereas the 5.0, you can do Brody's in a parking lot. I mean, I guess you could do that with a 2.3, but the frame itself, is just a little more tighter and then if you start reinforcing and welding everything up, 4-cylinders are a really good base. Matter of fact, who was that? I think it was Claire Stewart. Was that right, Hanlon? I think he brought home a tropical yellow 88. Was it 80, 87? 88 freaking hatch with a tan interior. That's a rare combo. So it's going to be nice to see what he does with that. But that's a good base right there, man. 4-cylinder, been well maintained, welded up, baby. Nice and tight. Dan Watts got no quit. Respect to both y'all. Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, that dude, let me tell you what. He was on 0 sleep. And we stayed at an Airbnb and we were waiting for him Friday night. He didn't pull in until like late Friday night when we were at the Airbnb. And that was his first sleep in like 72 hours. So shit is real. Racing in Ohio, shit is real, guys. I mean, it's just, that's how competitive we are here. Like, we don't want to spend one moment on the trail or on a trailer or on a jack stand. It's just like, we're racing. We got to race here. We got to race here. We got a race coming up here. And that's just the way it is. You know what I mean? That's life right now for us here on the channel. And I know some of you guys don't really get into that racing too much, but we're going to get into the drag and drive shit too. I'm telling you, we're going to be getting into the drag and drive shit too. I'm really interested in not only doing the drag and drive, but maybe even creating one in Ohio for myself, for creating one in Ohio with myself and a group of people and doing a weekend warrior one where you start on Thursday and end on Sunday. Of course, that it would have to be scheduled with the other tracks, and there's a lot involved with that, but it'd be something that, we've done stick shift shootout like we do the Ford Takeover this year. We've done, we piggybacked with D Team on a lot of their stuff with their stick shift stuff. I think that doing a drag and drive would be a really cool idea. And I think that's something that Ohio needs. There's a lot of really, really good tracks in Ohio. I mean, you got Cincinnati, you got Hebron, you got, Norwalk, you got Dragway 42, you got Quaker, Cunley. And I know people are kind of on the shelf about Cunley right now from, the way I understand it. I really don't know anything about it, but I don't know if it's closing or not. They said it was, but then they said it was opening up, and they said it was closing, and then now they're going to put like a schedule together. It is what it is. Most likely that track will probably be functioning this year. So next year probably have a new ownership. I don't know. I mean, I hope so. Maybe if it's for sale, maybe it's something that, we need to look into, Did you hear anything about the dude with the teal Cobra? Allegedly had a relay pulled on him. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think you're talking about Whitaker. Was that his last name? Unfortunately, something had happened with his car, and he, something. That's crazy. So to have somebody come up and mess with somebody's car is totally off the grid. Like, that is totally uncalled for. Like, you don't touch people's shit. Period. I don't care where it's parked. If they need help, they'll tell you. And there's kind of like a racer's respect. You know what I mean? I don't get near anybody's car because I don't want to scratch it. I don't want to ding it. If they need my help, I'll help them, But to have somebody mess with another guy's car, totally uncalled for. And whoever did that, that's, shame on you. So Finally got the 302 swapped and running. Hell yeah, brother. Hey, Neo, won the Stifler's banner. Never got it. Yeah, I know. John, I'm sorry. I'll get it out tomorrow, and I'll even show you on the email. So hit me back up one more time, so I know it's you. Make sure I got the right email. I have it pinned, so I'm not gonna lie. I do apologize, John. I actually the camshaft that we ended up, yeah, that needs to be shipped tomorrow too. So it's been a struggle. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Did you if you did a drag and drive in Ohio, I would be there for damn sure. Hell yeah. So it would take a conglomeration of a number of people and tracks to make all that happen. It seems like it would probably be a lot of work for sure. %, agree. You don't touch people's shit, period. Whoever you are. Thank God he noticed it was going lean. I agree. See, that's something that I'm terrible at doing is data logging. Like, I guess you can, I'm kind of new to the HOLLEY thing. And one thing I need to start getting in the rhythm of is I guess you can turn data log on with the 3.5 handheld. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but it kind of is for me. I need to start learning and reading my data log. I got all the data log tables set up, right, to where it would bring up the data, right? If I clicked on the certain tables or whatever. Me and Dave Dalk went through that. It took us a few hours, actually. It took us an hour. We spent some good time on the data log tables. So I guess you can turn it on and it'll save in the SD. Now that same my laptop that I use at the track has that. Is it 3.5? I don't know. It's that big slotted bullshit thing that you can clip into it. So I could just pull it out, put it in, and just look it up and just bring it up on the HOLLEY or whatever. So what's up, Foxbody D? Good to see you, brother. You're my inspiration. Will you go CNP since you have HOLLEY now? Coil on plug, is that what you mean? We were just talking about that earlier. So yes. And I was just telling one of our guys at Junkyard digs with us, we're going to use a old Explorer cam sensor. I guess that's where the distributor used to be. I don't know. I've seen 15 of them and throw them all away like an idiot. But if I got that sensor, there's a guy I actually watched on YouTube that I'll definitely make sure that, I show who that guy is when I make a video of it. He shows you how to wire Terminator X up on coil and plug. So that's where we're at. 100%. That's where we're at. I'm not going to go dual sync though. It's not that it wouldn't work as a cam sensor, but I'm just going to use an old Explorer one. Troy, carburetor data logging is putting data logging for a carburetor is putting your ear on a wooden handle and listening to the motor. You see what I'm saying? Because I do that shit too. I'm like, let me listen to the motor. You guys actually stick your ear up to a wooden, like a wooden handle or whatever, to like a broom handle, and you put it on your motor. You can actually listen to your motor, the noise and vibration in your motor. It's the craziest shit ever. So yes, so Brad, yes. So I guess you can set your data log to like. I think is in an advanced table because we're not there yet. Somebody had told me, you can set it. So maybe we can set to start data logging when TPS is at like 90% or 85%. Am I right? So we haven't got there yet. Bill Cummins, my man. So guys, this is the guy right here that we just had the fundraiser with. I want you guys here in the channel to send him some prayers your way. We had a fundraiser today for his cancer battle that he's going to win. He's going to win it. Hasn't been very good to him last few years. So I want you guys to, leave a thumbs up, prayers, do prayer hands or whatever. Send me an emoji and let him know that he's been following the channel for years, and he's a good friend of ours, the family for years. So appreciate you, Bill. Show him some love in chat, guys. Show him some love. Race pack life is for carburetors. What I was saying last year was the first year with it. You're a genius with that shit, Gabe. 5-second carbureted car right there. I was told if I use some certain type of injectors with Terminator X's, I was told I have to use a certain type of injectors. No, the injectors that I have in my Holley Terminator X is 150s, but I actually have Bosch 160s. It doesn't really make that much of a difference. It doesn't. Did you do pretty well today? Did you do pretty well today, Bill? Everything was good. Everything was looked like you seemed like you were busy all the way up to 5 o'clock, from 12 to 5 at your fundraiser. Cancer sucks. So, yeah. Anyways, I don't want you guys thinking, going back to what I was talking about with the NMRA, we're definitely all about stick shift, no prep stuff. We're going to be doing, obviously, our next no prep will be April 13th. We got a race coming up in April. And then we're going to start our stick shift series in May 4th, where shit's just going to start hitting the fan. I'm going to be honest with you guys. We're going to be racing literally every week. Most of that is not out of town, so live streaming won't be affected. I know some of you guys like to chat with me here on Sunday nights, and I really like that too. It's very important to me. But it's like, sometimes like I knew Florida was going to mess it up a little bit, and if I go to Delaware, it's going to mess it up a little bit. When I go to Kentucky later this year, I'm not going to be able to really live stream much at all. So yes, they have to be high impedance injectors. I think HP and Dominator can go low impedance if I'm not mistaken. But Terminator X has to be high impedance. Hell yeah, Bill. So, like, what do you guys think, man? I mean, let's just put it this way. Without scramble, without the extra boost that we put on our tune when we went 892s, we made some pulls in the dyno, but we didn't go past that. So the fuel comp, just to kind of give you, we're going to talk about the 363 and the reaction to Holley. Guys, Holley's the best shit I've ever done to that 363 motor, period. It's changed the game. The only thing that I hate the most, is that stupid startup. Now I'm messing with it, and the only way to learn is to do it yourself, right? You got to do this shit. I got people telling me, change this, change your startup enrichment, change the, whatever. And I'm doing that, and I'm learning. But Ignite Red doesn't like to start in 25-degree weather, and I didn't know that. My car was in 25-degree weather because that's how cold it was when we got back from Florida. It was terrible. We came from 70 to 25. But we ended up having to actually change our oil again because they just dumped so much fuel and get the car started. But we got it all cleaned out. Everything's fine. I took the bumper off to go get it fixed. But yeah, Holley's the best shit. I should have done Holley a long time ago. Holley should have been on this car when we first dropped in the 408, without a doubt. And I got Watts in my ear over here, but like, I told you so. And I got everybody else over here saying you should have went Holley a long time ago. I get it. The one thing's to be taught from this, though, the one thing you learn from it is when your shit works, you leave it alone. You don't have to be no fancy computer. I had an A9L in it, and we were good at tuning on A9Ls. And, Dave is a ninja at that shit. And, we did what we did. We did well. But there's so much more to gain from switching, especially if you street drive, aka street race, aka no prep race, whatever. There's so much to be gained from that. I mean, literally sat an hour adjusting my fuel table, my 3D table, making sure, you know what I'm saying? I have OCD for shit like that. So we're gonna most likely, if we do the Coyote, which I'm talking to Team Z this week, who's one of the sponsors of our channel, and that car specifically, we'll probably end up sending the K member back we got sitting right here hiding in the corner. Excuse me. And probably end up getting some, I think it'd be the same K member, it just changes the mounts. Getting some reinforced Coyote mounts. Yeah, I think we might give it a stab. I don't know. I got a McLeod clutch and a flywheel coming because I told him that's what we're going to be doing this year. And of course, we have another faceplate coming. That's been in the works for about 3 months now, 4 months. So there's no, I got my axle, most of my axle parts right there. Shit, it's going to be a badass little ride. You know what I mean? And I'll just keep the white car, leave the white car alone. I got all the shocks and struts and all the shit I need for that coupe. I just need to get busy with it. Hell yeah. Does your MAF chute wiggle up and down? Yes. That's okay though. Trying to get this 315 to fit. What thickness spacer are you using again? Now, I only used thicker. It's all about the back spacing on the wheel. What made my 10.5-inch wheel on my black car fit with a 315 in the back was the fact that it had what was there? Was it 625 or 627? I forget what SVE wheel the rep wheel was in the back, but I think it was 6.27, and it matched perfectly with about a 1/4-inch spacer. Was it 2/4? Was it? I don't think it was half. But the only reason why the one wheel kind of sticks out a little bit further, because I like them to sit right on the fender. Like some people like them tucked. I like them sitting right on the lip of the fender, like the fender well of the rear. It only sticks out just a little bit more because it has to clear the 3-inch. I got another 1/8-inch spacer on the one side because it has to clear I have a 3-inch pipe. So putting 3-inch tailpipes underneath of a car that has 315s on it, that's not mini tub, it's kind of a nightmare. But it works and it fits and nothing's banged closed or whatever. Yes, high impulse injectors. Yep. Big problem with Holley is cold start. Yes. So piggybacking on what you're saying right now, the only bitch I have about the Holley is trying to learn that stupid startup. The nice thing about the A9L is it started up regardless. It doesn't matter if it was 10 degrees outside or 1,000 degrees outside, because all that stuff from the factory was already kind of calculated for you. So all the pre-start timing, which I think was only 10 anyways, I think in the system, all the fuel tables, everything was already set from the factory. And the only, and the tune took over, the wide open throttle and part throttle and all that other stuff, but it would still start. Like my car would start no problem. Did it run really well? I mean, it ran, but I mean, it was very cold natured, but we'll get Holley right. We'll get it right. We just got to keep monkeying with the startup. Once it starts up for that day, then it just starts up automatically. Stumbles a little bit, air fuel, the the O2, the whatever, it just corrects it. So I'm running a 3.5. So I ended up, I was running a low dollar stuff, but I wasn't real. I heard low dollar is a good sensor, but I'm going to use low dollar for more of the stuff that isn't going to drop a rod on the ground. You know what I'm saying? I guess it really doesn't matter, but I bought a Holley. I have a Holley map and a Holley transducer in the wastegate. It's supposed to be a little bit better, right? I heard Rife sensors are really good too, so we may end up messing with one of those, but I do have spares for everything. But I will tell you that the Holley transducer that I put on my top of my wastegate was dead on arrival. So I guess they had a bad run of sensors that they were just dead out of the box. So that didn't make me very happy. But this past weekend, or this past week's at Florida, was all low dollar on top of the wastegate, and it worked out really well. I'm going to cut some sleeves in my lathe to slide the existing bumper holes, set screws. I'll build you a set. Hell yeah, dude. Are you talking to Mustang guy? Being I already have a 351 roller block, a set of 40 over forged pistons, and a set of trick flow 170s, maybe I should buy a crank and slap it together. 100%. You have 40. Okay, so perfect example right here, right now, Mike. You've already got 302 forged 40 over pistons, right? You've already got the piston. You take the roller blocks rods, the football rods, and you take the 385 crankshaft, and you can put that motor together like I did with the 387. Now, you probably have some valve reliefs in those 40 over forged pistons, I would imagine. So you'll get away with some of the heads out there, right? But you will be higher compression, 150%. So you'll be around 11.5, 12 to 1. So unless you're on ethanol or plan to run race gas, then that's kind of where that's kind of where you're going to live your life at with that motor. But it'll be a bad piece of work for sure. I just want to replace points. Okay. Ethanol makes it even more fun to dial in the cold start. Gosh, dude. Ignite red. Like Watts didn't tell me. He laughed at me. Some bitch. He laughed at me. I was just like, it's 25 degrees. I was calling start. He's like, you got Ignite red in there. It ain't going to start. I'm like, Florida didn't have a problem with that. And it ran really well, but it is what it is. How much horsepower can a factory fuel rail support? Probably enough to split the block. If you wire your pump, we did do a video where we wired a pump. So it's called Feed the Beast. It's like 45 minutes long, but I went from start to finish where we wired the pump, direct 10 gauge. Now, I know some people say that they're buying pumps now that don't have the connector like mine did, where I soldered it and stuff. So the best thing for you to actually do is just to kind of wire it as close as you can there safely and solder it in. You know, it'll be a little bit of resistance there, but I just don't understand why people make these 340, 450, 500 pumps and they have a freaking 16 gauge wire sticking off the side. That makes no sense. But to each their own. Set your cranking timing to 5 degrees. Then with E85, jack your cold start enrichment to 175. Shit. I got it set right now between -60. I don't even know why that's even in the resolution, but I think it's at -60. It's at like 50%. It's at like 45% at 0. 35% at shit here. I'll tell you right now. I'll just bring up Holly. Open. That's the one I was just messing with. Where you at? Spark. Startup enrichment. Yeah. So 50, 0, I'm at 40. 20 degrees, I'm at 35. That's probably what I need to do. 40 degrees, I'm at 30. Yeah, it's a little bit low, isn't it? 27 at 60. Obviously, as you get warm, as the car gets warmer, it doesn't need that much. So, I run low dollar 899 series sensors on everything. So that's what I have. I have some shoot mounts and a wiggle drives me crazy. It does drive me crazy. Hey, I'm late, but I'm stopping by to say hi. What's up, Smurfit? Good to see you. That's cousin Paul and his wife. Good to see you guys. Pump gas and boosting, no problem running 91 with 11 to 1, 12 to 1. Damn. You like to party, don't you, brother? About to do, yep, add fuel. Okay. So you think it's that low? I mean, I'm still learning Holly. I perfectly I'll be the first person to say, you're talking E85, Ignite Red, a mix of both, startup enrichment. Like, yeah. Starts at 42 and ends at 6 over -40 to 260. Obviously, I don't know. After startup enrichment has like 220, is that right? 220 and ends at 125. Really kind of drops off to like 136 at 100 degrees. So start off hold is 89.90. So crank, yeah. Maybe that's something we need to do, eh? I appreciate you chiming in on that, Jeremy. I'll give it a shot. So what else we got going on here? I got this banner. Now let me check my email, but I know that John's got one. Foxbot John's got one that was here on the channel. And who else? There's a couple banner heads. There's a couple t-shirts that got to go out. Like I got a couple high tier members that are getting t-shirts this week. I think Man Gear's here in the channel if he's not. I think I set the message on the members chat itself. So check that, Man Gear. If you're still here in chat. Okay, so I got Nathan Tuck. I got the camshaft to Adam, James Warner, John Crust. Yeah. Okay, so I got you right here, John. Yep. So I do have a banner I can give away. You guys want to give it away this week? You want to give it away next week? Fatten up the cold just like a 2-stroke. Okay. Yeah, that'd be cool, man. Neo Mustangs at Hotmail. If you guys are interested in some merch, it's the same email. I'll just pin it and put it here in chat. There you go, Jeremy. I don't know what banner it is. I think it's a Tremec one. Speaking of which, I should probably make a message to Mike. See if I can get some more banners. It's been kind of rough getting some banners lately. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Okay, so where are we at? We're just talking some tech shit now, huh? 387 stroker. Oh yeah, we're going back to that. We were supposed to go to the dyno today. I forgot to tell you guys that. I mentioned it in my other video. We were supposed to go to the dyno again to see how much power these extensions made. So what I'm going to end up doing is, and I'll just kind of explain. This is like the next video and shit. So never got that 347 in Tremec. Yeah. So we're going to do a X pipe. Just about like 15 of those band clamps. Because I need to be able to take, I don't want to weld that shit together in the black car. We're just going to slip fit it. Like this. And then we're just going to band clamp it. Now, there's going to be quite a few band clamps on there. I ain't trying to win no beauty award here. As long as the shit works, right? So, it'll be 3-inch all the way through the back. The tailpipes are all 3-inch. Everything's 3-inch. And I think it's going to sound pretty cool. So, we ended up finding out the finding some, y'all know what these are? Some Mac Pro, is these Pro Flows? Shit, I think they're Pro Flows. We're gonna make, these are gonna be our first muffler video. I'm just gonna band clamp it all so I can take it together. Got to be able to take it apart and put it back together. If that shit leaks too much or leaks at all, I'll just weld everything. I don't give a damn. But I need to be able to take it apart because every time we put a different muffler on there, it might not sit the same. You know what I mean? So we're going to start with the Macs. You can't buy those anymore, right? So we're going to start with the Mac video, muffler, sound, whatever, do some cool shit. And then we're going to change the camshaft. Now that's kind of already getting into telling you guys too much, but we've got a camshaft on the way. Definitely could open up the motor a little bit. I think we got enough piston to valve clearance to not worry about it. So 387, that's kind of the update. We'll talk more about it as we see it, but let's get the muffler set up get the car set up. We'll do our first muffler video. I'll take everything. I mean, it'll be like Legos. I mean, I wasn't very a big fan of doing any band clamps and shit. I'm gonna just weld it all up, right? But I got to be able to take it apart and adjust it, put it back together to do these videos. So that'd be something different for the channel. And if I do it all in the same camshaft, everyone will get kind of a different. You'll see the different tone on the muffler through the tailpipes and what it sounds like. So I think it'll be pretty cool. What you guys think? We did a live stream about it recently, and I do have a nice. Yeah. No. Yes. So we do have. So these are some of the mufflers that we're going to be messing with for sound. It's going to be pretty cool. So what I plan on actually doing. So what I plan on actually doing is buying the mufflers with the YouTube stuff and just giving them away after we do a video. So I'm not going to be giving away my Macs, but like we'll buy a set of like Flowmasters. We'll buy a set of well, hell, here's the damn list. We made this list last time. Spintex, a set of titanium bullets, Jones, Dynaflow. I think these are the ones we're going to go with for right now. I want to do all of these mufflers here on the channel with the 387. Just to be something different. You know what I mean? I think it'll be pretty cool. I have the Mac Flow Path 2.5. So you can't buy the Mac Flow Pass anymore, right? Like, I know you can't get the Pro Chamber, but you can't get Mac anything anymore, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. You could get the ball socket slip-on for the mufflers. I already have that for the headers. I mean, I'm just going to slip fit the whole damn thing. It'll still have its... It'll be fine. I don't give a damn. Be something different. Kmart mufflers. Is Kmart even still in business? Shit. Summit budget muffler. So we could, like I said, we can do as many videos as you guys want to watch the damn shit. If you guys will watch me Lego my freaking exhaust every other week, and you'll watch that video and like it, I'll do it. Like I said, you know, I've already got started over here. So, I mean, it is what it is. I don't think you can buy them, the best of my knowledge. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like I think I gave Brutal the one that I had. I had an extra Pro Chamber. It was 2.5, so I probably never was going to use it. And I think he actually stuck it on one of his cars. It was pretty nice. Sounded pretty good. Can't wait to hear the sound clips. We are building an 84 notchback. The sound clips will help us decide which muffler to go with. That's exactly what I want to do. It's just like how many people are going to give you the same exact car, the same tune, same fuel, whatever. How many people are going to actually modify their exhaust to where they can take it apart? That's why I want to slip fit it. Like you guys can laugh all you want about the band clamps. I don't like them either. I got a 3.5 inch ID, 3.5 inch OD, you know, like the step one. But I mean, it's already slip fitted, band clamp it, whatever. Run your video, run the car for a while, drive it on the street, take the shit apart, put another muffler on it. That way I can set the muffler up exactly where it needs to be. You see what I mean? So it is what it is. I don't do no welding yet. When I decide on what muffler is going to stay on the car, then I'll weld the whole thing up. I'm sold on THR mufflers. I'm going to run them anyways. Would you be down for running a set of, if I lent you them to you? Hell yeah. If you send me a muffler, 3-inch inlet, 3-inch outlet that fits a Fox body, I'll put it on my car. I'll put it on my car, let you hear it. But again, we're going to put the Mac ones on first, and then we're going to do the Flowmaster ones that I have another set in the back. And I have to modify the Mac ones. If you notice, they're like 2.25, 2.5. You can cut them to fit 3. You can put a 3-inch slip fit on the end of those mufflers. And it's the same damn muffler, just have a different inlet outlet. So we're going to end up actually modifying a really nice, I got like 10 sets of Flowmasters in the back. It's ridiculous. And we're going to end up taking a set of those, the best ones that we got, 40 series. We're going to modify them to 3-inch. And then we're going to put them, we're going to do the Mac, we're going to do the Flow Masters because I'm going to keep those. And then we're going to change the camshaft, like do the video with the camshaft and just to see the difference. You see what I mean? And then we're going to start messing with these other mufflers. And that's going to be kind of the content that we do with the black car. We're going to do a lot of naturally aspirated, draggy, a little bit of draggy, a little bit of track. It's not going to be, it doesn't even really need a roll bar for the most part for how fast it's going to go, but it's going to be fun. I think we're going to have Cousin Paul get in it and bang some gears. I'm running Flow Monsters with turn downs. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, Jones Mufflers is on there. It's actually one of the cheaper ones. I love them clamps. They work when you still want it to come apart. Right. That's exactly what we're doing, Dan. I actually ordered 15 of them. I got them on Amazon. They're that evil energy shit. You guys know what I'm talking about? So I think it's going to be pretty cool. I mean, I'll be able to Lego my X-pipe, apart. And I keep saying, it'll have its mounting spots and I'll be able to take it apart, put it back together when I want to try to get it to fit. So. All right, man, Gear, that sounds good. Make sure you know what size and stuff. I haven't run an F303, but they're a good bit bigger than a Ford Performance cam. So what the camshaft that we plan on putting in the black car is like a B451. It's going to be like a 230, 235 duration. It's going to be nice. Going to have a lope to it for sure. You guys are going to like it. Currently have an F303 in my 302. Was thinking about going with a more aggressive F303 Plus to do in my 351 with the 1.7 rockers to produce 590 lift. Damn. Check out some of Anderson's camshaft. If you can find out, like there's a guy that actually put out all the specs on it. I don't know if you care about lobe set. You're probably naturally aspirated, right? So lobe set would probably be good for you if it was like 110. I use evil energy shit, and it's not that bad at all. We're gonna give it a shot. Like I said, it's meant to come apart. If we mess up a couple of the clamps, whatever. It's slip fit. It's not butt connected, so it's slip fit, and it's all flowing backwards. So all the flow, it won't be slip fitted in. It'll be slip fitted out. So they won't really mess up any of the flow. That's kind of important to me. I think it's gonna sound pretty badass. 1 3/4 headers and the whole thing 3-inch. Little lopey cam through tailpipes. Sound pretty good. For sure. But anyways, got about another 5-10 minutes if you guys want to hit me up with some tech shit before we go for the evening. We'll give away this banner that's sitting here because it has a name on it, but the guy never emailed me. So we're going to give that one away next week. I need to figure out if I can get a hold of Stiflers and McLeod and Team Z to get me some banners, but I think everybody, banners aren't that easy to get. Like I'll get like 5 of them, and then I won't be able to get another 5 for like another 6 months because they have to be made. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Yep, I got you right here, man, Gear. So I'm gonna pin your email. I just seen it. Just so you know, I'm gonna catch up on some of that. Some of my merch this week and get this camshaft out to my dude Adam. Adam Pakla from Canada. If you're watching, brother, I ain't forgot about you, and neither did that camshaft, so don't worry about that. That's what we got. That's what we got going on this week. If you didn't get a chance to watch some of my videos last week, we did the header extension. We did the wire video that we found in our black car. A couple of videos we got coming up this week. We had a junkyard stroll again. You're going to want to watch that one because we found some shit you won't be interested in. Well, not you be interested, but there's some stuff there. And I'm always doing a junkyard run every month and a half. And we're going to other ones now too, to kind of check them out too. So it'd be something a little bit different. We also have a video of us putting this X pipe together, and you'll be able to actually hear for the first time, the first set of mufflers because we're actually modifying the mufflers. So we're going to be doing that in that video this week. We're going back to the dyno this week with the 387. Guys, don't forget, we got a date with the dyno with those damn intakes right there. You see them? Y'all remember that? The GT40 shit? Remember we're taking Dad's car out this week. It's like 60 degrees for the next week. So we're about to wake Dad's car up, and I know you guys love that car. I'm about to convert it to mass air. I'm not going to lie to you guys. We did what we needed to do with the speed density shit with Dad's car. We're not going to do a whole lot of content on it. We're going to build my dad a nice exhaust. We're going to leave the turbo alone on it. We'll mass air convert the damn thing and let him drive it all summer long. You know, I want him to be able to enjoy the car. He's getting up in age, like we talked about. He's like 72, 73 years old. And I want him and my mom to get in there and, have a little fun with it. Just enjoy it. Maybe come to the car shows with us. It's not a pretty, the paint job's starting to wear out. It's been, 15 years since I painted it. So it's starting to crack up and peel off. And I don't know. It is what it is. But we do have a GT40. It's in my notes to do. You guys are going to enjoy that. Which GT40 one makes the most power? For some reason, SpinTech on a push rod motor always sounds like a Coyote. Shit, my white car sounds like a Coyote. And all I got's a 4-inch aluminum pipe coming underneath that thing. I think it looks kind of nasty right now. Shit, I'm about to lead a bumper off. I probably would have went 889 with no rear bumper. I thought I missed the intake. No, it's 100% the great GT40 debate. You guys remember that? We actually did the live stream on that not too long ago. Well, actually, shit, it's been a year and a half now. How does the dyno graph compare to the 408 to the 363? That's actually a really good content I could bring. The 408 still made more power on the dyno, like on a one pull. But I'm going to be honest with you, we didn't turn the 363 up to where the 408 was. So the 408 was on like 17 or 18 pounds. The 363 was just under 800 at 15.4. Now remember, we boost control that shit. So, it's before we would come in at like 18 pounds and leave at like 15. So I would lose. That's where my motor would just fall over because it just wasn't controlling boost very well. So I'm really kind of happy because I have boost control now. What's up, BBQ 5.0? What do you think about the Kunle drama? Do you think they can open this year? Yes, they'll be open this year. I think they just made a post about a schedule. Something about filling the schedule up. And it was a recent post. So I'm pretty sure that the way I'm not even going to conspiracy it. I just seen a physical post where they said that they're looking to give them time to fill the events. That's all I knew. So apparently they're still open, which is good. You never want to see a track sold and or done. But I haven't caught a lot of lives lately. Always great to be part of it, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody being part of this. I appreciate everybody that puts their 2 cents in and helps us figure some shit out. Talking some Fox body shit here on a Sunday night. Kind of one of my things I look forward to every week. We do a lot of content here on the channel, but the nice thing about live is just live. You don't have to, you can just be yourself. You know what I mean? I don't have to be, I'm the same person. I'm the same guy you're going to meet if you met me at NMRA or Motor City Fox Fest, which we're going to, by the way. It's in Detroit, second week of July. I'm the same guy you see in the videos. I don't fake the funk at all, bro. It is what it is. I can't do that. I just I just lay off the F words in the videos. I'll let shit and damn fly here on live, but we kind of, I do have some, some of the younger generation that does watch our channel. So I try to keep it best I can, without going overboard, whatever. So Mason Dixon Dragway just diamond ground the track. Nice. So hopefully they're planning on ice. I love it. Yeah, baby. Glad to see you back. Yeah, hell yeah, man. I miss the live streams. I miss the live streams on Sundays. Just to kick back, a little bit of analytic, talk a little shit, have a little fun. Is it true the bigger intakes like Trick Flow, Street Heat, Track Heat, and Holley System Max are prone to heat soak? Yes. Ish. Listen, if I could make a choice and go backwards, I do like my box R's. Now, I know before you guys ask me, where the hell am I buying a box R from? I've owned these for years. And to give you guys an update, it's not the uppers that they have a problem with, it's the lowers, and they'll be out soon. So if you want to buy a box R, it's coming soon. Just give Trickflow some time. But yes, they are prone to that to an extent. If I could go backwards, I would do the, you see it right here. I bought this from Donnie B at Anderson Ford Motorsports. They always seem to have everything we need at that shop. So if you get a chance, check him out. But yeah, we bought a carb Edelbrock single plane, and we're going to put our injectors in that. And we got the heat. We got the elbow for it too. So that's what we're going to do on the 408 this time. And we were going to, well, obviously, we put the Trickflow Box R on the 387. So we're going to put this intake on the 408, and we're going to finish the 408. Somebody asked that earlier in the chat. What's going on with the 408, 408, 410? Like I said earlier in the channel, it's going to be done here in the next couple of weeks. So we just refreshed it, went through the whole thing. We're going to go intake the pan, have it ready, sealed up. And we're just going to bag it in case that 363 decides to exit left. And that way we can just not, we're not going to have the coupe ready to race until later in the year. So we're obviously going to be racing the white car most of the season, but I ain't got no problem with putting the 408 back in that shit. My car won't start. I find the reason. I try my best to catch all the live feeds for this channel, but for some reason, notifications on YouTube are atrocious. Like, it seems like anytime I'll post a short or I post a blog piece, like a picture or like something in my blog channel. I don't know. Is that what it's called? Shit, I don't even know. It's just where you write whatever, like messaging, whatever. Every time I post in there, everybody gets it. But I put up a video. Hell, I some of the people that I follow, like Miss Mav and Foxcast and Brutal and 50 Tussin, some of the channels that I follow, like you'll see a notification that they released the video, and it's just like, I watched that video like 2 days ago. And it's just stupid because the YouTube algorithm doesn't throw out all. I mean, there's such a long queue. I guess it's called that of notification. I don't know. Notifications are a shit show. It's terrible. I wish they would fix that so we could, we have 35,000 subscribers, then 35,000 subscribers should be notified if they have them turned on. I mean, how many of them have them turned off? Whatever. It's got to be better than what it is. I mean, if I seen somebody that I follow on the internet post something, I'm going to click over and at least see it real quick. Like I know Casual Customs does, and Infamous Projects does. They do some really cool shorts. So I always watch them. I just peek over and look at them. So good shit, man. So anyways, carb intake prices have went through the roof. You were 100% correct. I think I ended up paying like $800 for that thing. It was ridiculous. Well, no, $600, and then the elbow was like another $200. But I already had the throttle body, so I wasn't worried about it. So anybody trying to, like I tell everybody that, I said this to one of my friends earlier today. If you're trying to get into content and social media and influencing, just stick with it. Like it's not rocket science. There's two rules to social media. One, don't get butthurt if nobody watches your shit. That's just the way it is. I don't care. It is what it is. Just make good content and you'll create an audience. And the second thing is you don't get mad when you don't get the reach. You see what I mean? Like the algorithm's not picking you up. You can't get mad and frustrated because you got 3 views or 3,000 or 300,000 or whatever. You can't get mad at that. It's just, there's a lot of people out there competing for the same airspace. And if you have good content and it's quality and people want to follow you, like we got 70, 80 people sitting here in chat, and I appreciate every one of them because obviously they're here because they got notified and, or they seen the live feed. Oh, Neo's live. I'm gonna go over and check him out. And I appreciate everybody that's here. That tells me that there's people interested in hearing what I got to say. So I appreciate you guys. What's up, Joe? 2 emails sent. Can't wait to see the 410. I got you. I appreciate the help there, Jeremy. 100% appreciate the help. Hell yeah, Dan. Hell yeah. So yeah, we're about to pretty much call it a night. Like I said, this week we're going back to the dyno with the 387. We may, I'm not bullshitting. We're going to try. And this is where band clamps fucking work. Excuse my French. I don't really care. I could go full, we got the extension on the header, right? So we're going to make the good scavenging power open header. And then maybe we'll slip the X pipe on real quick and see how much it makes through mufflers, right? That'd be cool. So that'd be kind of part of that video from the 387. But we also got the safety video coming out, and we got the building the X pipe coming out. Yeah, it's going to be cool stuff. And then we're going to talk about which mufflers are going to be in order or whatever. And like I said, when I'm done with the mufflers, those mufflers will be given away on live feed. So I'm buying most of them brand new. I mean, obviously the Mac ones you can't buy, so I'm going to have to fabricate them, but I do have a couple sets of Flowmasters, so I will donate a set to the channel after I'm done with them. And, we're going to start buying this shit. We got 10 sets of mufflers to do this year, as I don't think I'm going to end up boosting my black car anytime soon. So, I'll do as many as you guys want. Shit, I'll do them every 2 weeks. We're building this X pipe to where we can take it apart in 10 minutes. So what the hell does it matter? Just put another muffler on. So ain't nobody, I got like 3 turbo cars, Joe. Come on. Trying to do something different. We already have a turbo kit for it. Neil, which car are you bringing FTO? To be determined. We'll see. I haven't really decided yet. I've been thinking about making videos building the 84 notch. Absolutely. So just like I said, if you're trying to get into the social media game, just don't get butthurt when nobody's watching your shit. It's probably 90% not your fault. That's where a lot of people quit social media. They say, oh, this is crap. Nobody's watching, whatever. It's just, you gotta, like Facebook and YouTube and Instagram and TikTok, all the, it's an algorithm. The more content you make, now you get some content out there that'll hit the sky. That's not the content you need that's building your audience. The audience, the content that's building your audience is every brick in the wall that you've done for the last 4 years. You see what I'm saying? I mean, you guys are all here listening to me bullshit about Fox bodies. At some point, you subscribe to the channel because of a video that you watched with me. So it's you just gotta kind of work your way up. Don't quit. I mean, if you do it with the intention not to worry about money and likes and views or whatever, and just do it for good quality content, then you're going to be very successful with it. So I love watching your channel, even though I work all the time. I still hide it and listen. Oh, yeah, I'm telling your boss, man, you cheating, dog. I'm just kidding. Shit. We're actually going to I think we're going to try to do a live stream with my man, Miguel. I don't know if he's listening, and Dan Watts. I may try to get them in on live feed, live chat, whatever. I think that would be pretty cool. We're going to be racing a little bit with those guys this year, because I'm going to get some of those guys out for no prep. I think Miguel's going to be, and you guys know Miguel here on the channel. I think Sandy and Cousin Paul and Miguel are going to be doing a lot of footage with us, helping us with the content on the channel. Because I would rather bring, like when I do a stick shift shootout or I do a stick shift race, I would like to show everybody else's shit too. You know what I mean? But racing and trying to do a video makes it seem like all I care about is my car, when that's not really the case. I'm always promoting everybody else's shit. I'm always, preaching, get your shit off the jack stands. There's a lot of things going on the channel that has nothing to do with me. And I like to promote people, especially if they have a car, fast car, and they love competing with the same stuff that I do. So it ain't never left the channel, Joe. We were just talking about that with the Junkyard Coyote. If you're if maybe, I don't know, maybe we can get a hold of McBride, and maybe that, I don't know, doesn't he have a turbo kit for a Coyote? Anymore, I like following the blue collar guys, but Steve Morris does put out. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'll never be cinematic for the most part. I try to make it as good as I can. I edit the videos. I shoot the videos myself. I mean, it's until we, step into other car content, like, I thought about stepping into a little bit of the GM content with GM motors on GM cars. thought about doing a G body. I thought about doing an SS Monte Carlo. I thought about bringing an IROC to the channel. Grand National's a little expensive, so that'll probably have to wait. I thought about bringing one of the like Nemesis cars, as you would say, to the Fox body, to the channel. And, you know, nothing would be cooler than having them both. I don't know if I would, you know, I don't know if they would be exactly super fast or anything, but, you know, it'd definitely be something different. You know, I mean, I know my way around on IROC, 82 to 93. I think that was the years, wasn't it? Or was it? I think it was 82. What? That had the GT bumper on the front, or that had the Z28 bumper in the front that's got all the slots. And they changed it in like 86 or some shit. I don't know. So, but yeah, anyways, let me try to figure, let me get back to my screen here. Hell yeah. Appreciate you, Hanlon. Hanlon's been a member of the channel for 30 months now. It's almost, what is that? 2.5 years. He is a sponsor of the channel, one of our main sponsors on the channel. Andrew's a good friend of mine and a trusted colleague. So you guys want to check out that join button below for, we talk in members chat every day. They help me make some decisions on some of the shit we do on the channel. G-Body for the win. Listen, I swear, I tell you, Joe, Monte Carlo SS. Now, I don't know what I would do with it per se, but it would either be an LS style, or we might even stay push rod. You know, we might even stay with like a stroked out 350 or something. But I mean, it would be different content. We're not steering away from any Fox body stuff. I'm a Fox body guy at heart forever. You see what I mean? But it would be cool, maybe do a Bronco. But I think Caleb's doing that over on his channel right now. He's doing an OBS, and you know, I'm following that a little bit. Got a little 351 in it. I'm interested in. You know, it could be an old Ford F350 diesel. I don't know, or F250 if you guys remember them old ones. You know, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I don't know where we're gonna go with it, but you know, we're killing it with the Fox body stuff right now, and I appreciate everybody for following that shit. So Mustang guy, 2 years. That's even 2 years today. I appreciate you, bro. Got a couple of videos in 93 when I built a few years ago. Thanks for the encouragement. Just post it, bro. Post it. I like GM motors as long as it's in a GM vehicle. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So if I brought a GM here to the channel, it would be a G body with like an old school 350 stroke motor and or possible LS. Now, I got my eye on if I find an LS60 aluminum or 5.3 aluminum, you guys know what I'm talking about. It's 07, 08 plus. Kind of like what we did with the Coyote. Maybe we'll find a body for it. Maybe we won't. I know some people hate LSs and some people hate 3 Chevys or whatever. I'm a car guy. I don't give a damn what it is. But Fox bodies are my heart, and they'll always be number one. But it would be cool to have the Nemesis sitting in the driveway. A Ford G-body Fairmont Zephyr. See, that's another thing, too, was a Zephyr, like a Fairmont Zephyr, too. Those are like a 2-door. A box top 2-door. Third gen F body with an LS. Heads up versus a Fox with a Yodi. Mod for mod might be a killer content. For sure. I got a buddy of mine that's got an LS swapped Buick Skylark. We're talking like a 79. I think that's a G body. I'm not an F body. I don't remember. He's done a lot of modifications on it. If you guys want, I'll bring it to the channel. It's actually on the channel. It's just kind of hidden in the other videos, but it was his dad's car when he had it in high school. And he's like 45 like me. His dad's in his 60s, so the car's been in the family the whole time. He LS swapped it years ago. He actually, the car runs, it runs 9s. So on some giggle gas, but it's a really cool swap what he did. And he's also Coyote swapped his Mach too. So if you guys know what I'm talking about, Mike Meredith. It's my dude, man. It's my stick shift homie. Well, for 100%, 100%. The Nemesis would be the LS Swap Fox. Then we do have an LS Swap Fox here on the channel. It's an all-wheel drive. It's funny because I just seen a. God, I wish I could bring that up. Can I bring that up? I don't know if I can. I think you have to have the file. Somebody recently brought up, who was that? That brought up the all-wheel drive Fox body. It was red. And I'm like, shit. I was like, my guy James has had the WTF Fox. He's had a all-wheel drive Mustang for, oh, it's not even all-wheel drive, it's four-wheel drive. And I made that. I screwed that up years ago. But there was a red all-wheel drive, four-wheel drive Fox body that showed up on TikTok or Instagram or something like that. I'm like, yep, LS with a Trailblazer transfer case. I was just looking at an 86 Monte Carlo. Now that it was white with red. The one I want is silver. Not the Euro. It doesn't have to have the Euro glass though. You guys know what I'm talking about? I don't want the Euro glass. Good Lord, that thing breaks. It's like $2,000. That's right. Nothing wrong with that. 69 Camaro RS, 04 Mach 1, 87 Fox body. I like them all. That's right. I'm a car guy. If you look at my Instagram, you'll see a lot of Mopar. You'll see Chevy. You'll see Ford. I don't give a damn. I'm a Fox body, though. No matter what car it is, you're going to send it. You're 100% right. So, anyways, yeah. I mean, if you're watching this stream afterwards, let me know what car you'd like to see, what truck you'd like to see here on the channel. Not gonna lie to you, I was gonna surprise you guys with a Lightning recently. Recently by it being like the last 6 months, but that deal fell through, so didn't work out for us. It was a black Lightning, 93 first Gen 1 Lightning. 90 was it 93, 94, 95? So that if I did a truck, it would be a Lightning. I know my buddy Tyler Garlock's got a nasty little Lightning that he owns. He's probably listening right now, telling the secrets and shit. But Lightning would be cool. Put some 10 and a halves on the back, bring it down a little bit, put some suspension on it, build a 351 turbo kit for it, or just put one of these ones that I have on it, send it, have some fun with it. But I think Lightning would be the truck if I brought it to the channel. What you guys think? I wouldn't mind doing an old F350 F250 diesel, big block 460 style shit. I mean, in order for a channel to grow, if I really want my channel to really take off, I need to get into some of the other vehicles. And I think Fox Body is always going to be the channel. It's always going to be Neo Mustangs. It's not going to be Neo Cars or Neo Auto or whatever the hell you want to call it. But I wouldn't mind definitely bringing something else to the channel. Not going to get a whole lot of views at first, but I don't really care because we're trying to grow. When you introduce something new to the channel that has a completely different genre, you're not going to get the normal audience looking at it. So, you're going to have to build another audience, and then you kind of cross them all over. So old blue nose. Yep. So bull nose. That's right. That's what they called them. Just a red. It was black. The one I was looking at's actually in Sandusky, Norwalk. I can't remember. But it was a salvage title Lightning, so it would have been perfect to modify a little bit, but it was a Gen 1 93, 94. It's pretty badass. Hell yeah. I'm biased, but an OBS Ford would be cool. Yeah, like I said, I think if you haven't already, subscribe to Foxcast. I think that's what he's doing right now. I think that's one of his vehicles that he just introduced to his channel. Was like an old Bronco. So pretty cool. Monster Miata. Come on. Ain't no Miata coming here, bro. How about they do the build and then I'll just put it on here, just a little film or whatever. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, I think Lightnings would be where it was at. If I could get my hands on one. And yeah, I think a Lightning, a G body. I think that would be, if I find something. I did find a car. Like I said, I did find a Monte Carlo. It was on Facebook and it had some race mods already on it. I think they wanted like $8,000 for it. It was a really nice car. Had no motor, no trans. And I think that would have been kind of nice because I would have, skipped some of the build process. I mean, building a car to go fast takes time, like lots and lots of time. So it'd be something that would already have to have some sort of, head start on the game. You know what I mean? No Miatas. But anyways, guys, I'm always trying to preach, get your shit out the jack stands. We are going to probably I'm going back and forth right now between the 408 and the Coyote twin turbo or Coyote swap in the coupe. If things work out for us and we end up getting lucky with some, a turbo kit and you know, it may sway one way or the other. We may just try to send the coupe on a journey to the moon with a stock, you know, a bone stock junkyard Coyote motor. You know, I think it'd be pretty cool. But if you guys enjoy the channel, haven't already subscribe if you check out that join button. If you want to check out the membership, we're always talking some shit there in the membership. We got a couple videos, 2 or 3 videos. We put one out Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday last week. We're going to try to stick to that format for the most part. And of course, we're going to do a working live next week where we're going to be talking about some serious dysfunction in these Fox bodies and the shit that I just had to deal with this past week with the wire situation in my dash on my black car. So we're going to make up a list. We're going to check it twice. And I'm going to say, you need to check this shit on your car. If you haven't already, or if you get a chance to, check it out anyways, because I found a Heim joint that was about to fall off my white car. So anyway, yes, I appreciate you, man, Gear. I appreciate my guys in green. I appreciate everybody for watching tonight. We will see you soon this week in our videos. Yeah, got some really cool shit coming up this week. I got to get busy. See you guys soon. Thanks for watching.